Motivation's like that one friend who hypes you up, then disappears when it's time to work. The truth? You don't need more get up and go. You need duty. Because winners don't wait to feel ready. They show up ready or not. It's not about how you feel. It's about what you do. Everyone loves to talk about motivation like it's magic fuel. Wake up, watch a hype video, boom, you're unstoppable for like an hour. Then life hits. You're tired, you're busy, you're scrolling again. And suddenly that fire you felt? Gone. See, motivation's not bad, it's just unreliable. It's like cheap coffee. Good kick, bad crash. That's why most people never build momentum. They wait for the feeling before they move. But success doesn't start with feelings, it starts with doing. Ask any athlete, any soldier, any successful person, you think they felt ready every day? Nah, they just showed up. Rain or shine, hype or heartbreak, they moved. Motivation is emotional. Duty is mechanical. Motivation asks, do I want to? Duty says, I said I would. And that difference right there, that's the line between dreamers and doers. Here's the harsh truth. Motivation is for starters. Duty is for finishers. You can't wait for your mind to be on board. You've got to drag it behind you if you have to. That's how you build a habit, by proving to yourself that feelings don't run the show. Because once you stop negotiating with your emotions, you become dangerous. Duty's an old word. Sounds like something from the military or a movie about knights. But it's way simpler than that. Duty just means doing what you said you'd do, no matter how you feel. Back in ancient Japan, warriors had a word for it. Yamato Damashi, the spirit of duty over desire. It meant showing up even when your mind screamed, stop. And that idea still undefeated. Here's the deal. Motivation makes you feel inspired. Duty makes you be consistent. You can't build anything great off emotions. They come and go. Duty builds legacy. Think about a soldier. He doesn't ask, do I feel like fighting today? He just tightens his boots and steps forward. Because his feelings don't matter, his mission does. Now flip that to your life. You want to start that business? You want to get fit? You want to create something real? Stop waiting to want it. Start acting like it's your duty. When you treat your goals like responsibilities, not hobbies, everything changes. Because now it's not, I'll try. It's, I must. And I must always beats I might. Motivation is like a spark plug. It starts the engine. Duty is the fuel. It keeps it running when everything else dies out. And once you build your life around duty, you stop being emotional about effort. You just show up. No debates, no doubts, no drama. Let me tell you a story about a young soldier who thought motivation was enough. His name was Kai. First battle, he's pumped. Adrenaline surging, hearts racing, blade in hand. He's ready to prove himself. Then the storm hits. Rain, mud, chaos, screams everywhere. He freezes. He can't move. His body's locked. All that motivation, gone in seconds. He looks around. His brothers are fighting, pushing forward, bleeding, surviving. He's just standing there, terrified. He feels useless. When the battle's over, his commander doesn't yell. He just says, you were waiting to feel brave. Real warriors don't wait. They act scared. Those words hit like thunder. Because Kai realized something. He'd trained his body, not his soul. Next morning, he finds the commander sharpening his sword in silence. Kai walks up and says, teach me how to act when I'm afraid. The commander doesn't even look up. He says, then start swinging every day, no matter what. So Kai trains. At first, it's hell. Rain so cold, his hands go numb. Muscles screaming. Blisters, pain, doubt. But he shows up. One day, the commander says, tomorrow, no sword. Just stand under the waterfall till I tell you to stop. Cold water crashing on his head. He lasts 1 minute, then 5, then 10. Every second feels like torture. But something changes inside him. He stops fighting the pain. He starts accepting it. When he finally steps out, the commander says, you didn't beat the cold, you beat yourself. Months later, another battle. Same storm, same chaos. But this time, Kai moves. Not because he's brave, not because he's hyped, but because it's his duty. And when they win, the commander looks at him and says, now you understand. Duty doesn't need feelings. It creates them. That's the shift right there. You don't rise when you're ready. You rise when you're required. Now let's get nerdy for a sec. Here's why motivation keeps ghosting you. Your brain's wired for dopamine, that happy chemical. When you set goals, dopamine spikes. You feel amazing. Then, it drops. Crash, laziness, Netflix. Duty flips that. It rewires your habits through repetition, not emotion. When you do something every day, no matter what, your brain stops asking why. It just says, oh, this is who we are now. That's called identity-based behavior. You're not trying to be motivated. You are the type of person who does the thing. That's how Navy SEALs, elite athletes, and successful people think. They don't rely on hype, they rely on systems. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't need motivation, you just do it. When your identity locks in, discipline stops being hard. It becomes normal. And that's how you win, not by chasing highs, but by owning habits. Let's break it down simple. Motivation says, I'll do it when I feel like it. Duty says, I'll do it whether I feel like it or not. Motivation is a mood. Duty is a mindset. Motivation's loud. It shouts, let's go. Duty whispers, get up. Motivation dies in the morning. Duty wakes up at 5 a.m. See the difference? One depends on hype, the other depends on honor. Every day you face that war between the part of you that wants comfort. The problem is, most people lose because they keep negotiating. They think discipline means never feeling lazy. Nah, discipline means doing it even when you feel lazy. Duty doesn't care about your mood. It cares about your mission. Let's talk real people. Kobe Bryant, dude didn't chase motivation. He chased excellence. 4 a.m. workouts weren't hype. They were duty. Jocko Willink, Navy SEAL, every morning at 4:30 he posts his watch. Why? To prove that discipline beats feelings. He says discipline equals freedom. Elon Musk slept in factories, not for clout, but because he saw it as his responsibility. All these people? Different worlds, same rule. They don't move when they're motivated. They move because it's non-negotiable. Ask yourself, what's your duty? To your dream? To your potential? To your future self? Because when you stop chasing motivation, you start chasing mastery. Here's your blueprint. Step 1. Define your identity. Stop saying, I want to be consistent. Say, I am consistent. Identity first, action second. Step 2. Make actions non-negotiable. Don't ask, should I go? Say, it's already decided. Decide once. Execute daily. Step 3. Embrace pain. When it hurts, it's working. Pain isn't punishment. It's proof. Step 4. Reflect daily. Write down one thing you did even when you didn't want to. That's your new superpower, duty over desire. Challenge. For the next 7 days, do one thing every day without motivation. Wake up, work, repeat. Then watch what happens. Your identity changes. You stop being the dreamer. You become the doer. Picture this. It's 5 a.m. No music, no hype, just silence. You tie your shoes. You show up. You don't need to say a word. Your actions speak. Because now it's not about goals. It's about identity. You've become the kind of person who does it anyway. That's what separates you from the rest. Not energy, not luck. Consistency. Duty. That quiet decision to move again and again until it becomes who you are. When you stop chasing motivation, you start finding peace. Because discipline doesn't drain you. It frees you. Let's wrap this up. Motivation burns out. Duty burns forever. Stop waiting for perfect timing. Stop chasing the mood. Start showing up for your mission. You don't need another motivational video. You need to remember who you said you'd be. The old you negotiates. The new you executes. So here's your challenge. Tomorrow morning when your alarm hits, don't think. Move, because thinking invites weakness. Action builds strength. Motivation is temporary. Duty is identity. And identity, that's permanent. You don't need motivation. You need duty. Because duty doesn't ask permission. It gets the job done. The problem is, most people lose because they keep negotiating. They think discipline means never feeling lazy. Nah, discipline means doing it even when you feel lazy. Duty doesn't care about your mood. It cares about your mission. Let's talk real people.